I want to know why Patrick Drake, an otherwise reasonable man, got so riled up that he started to manhandle you. Is it this business with your mother?
Not exactly.
And what was it?
He just got upset over something I said.
Such as?
The truth.
The truth about what, Britt?
My baby. And how Patrick isn't his father.
Just to clarify, you lied to Patrick, you lied to me, to everyone?
Yes. Yeah. It's true. Patrick is not my son's father.
Okay. But you didn't know the entire time, right? You did? There was never a question that Patrick wasn't the father? Yet I defended you, Britt, gave you a shoulder to cry on, a place to stay. Hell, I just threw Patrick out of my house. Come on.
I'm sorry. It was never supposed to be this way.
Well, you weren't supposed to lie to Patrick, or he was never supposed to learn the truth. I mean, seriously, what was your plan, Britt? Were you gonna go on letting the man bond with your child and then rip it away from him?
No, I would have never told him anything. But he threatened to take my son away.
So then what was that? Payback?
No, it was just the truth. I mean, everything, this whole situation, it's just, it went so wrong, so fast, and I had no choice but to tell him this child belongs to someone else. So now you know the truth about me and my son.
Yeah.
Say something.
I'm at a loss for words, really. I don't...
So you think I'm a horrible person, don't you?
I need to go check on Spencer.
How's Spencer?
He's fine.
Good.
You know, when I was tucking him in, I couldn't help but think about my nephew, Aiden. Did I ever tell you that story? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No? Well, I was led to believe that he was my son.
Elizabeth lied to you?
No, she didn't know. See, my grandmother manipulated the paternity tests. Does that sound familiar?
Nikolas, I don't know.
The whole time that Elizabeth was pregnant, I believed that Aiden was my son. The first time that I held him in my arms, I thought I was his father. Hell, I even put in a nursery upstairs for overnight visits. I recited long passages of the Aeneid, which could quite possibly be the most boring poem in the history of poems, guaranteed to put anyone to sleep, even a fussy little baby. Now, I understand that reciting Latin poetry might seem arbitrary and peculiar to you. I understand that, but my uncle used to do that for me, you know? It was one of the few harmless traditions that the Cassadines had. The point is, I did it to bond with my son. Except he wasn't my son, Britt. You understand?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for me, perhaps, but you obviously weren't so sorry for Patrick.
Oh, actually,
See, I know exactly what it feels like to bond with a child only to have it ripped away from you. Now, I know it didn't start out that way with you, with Patrick, but was that not your plan? I mean, if the walls weren't closing in on you, you would have let Patrick go on bonding with that child, and how long were you going to try and keep that up? A year? A decade? Forever? I don't know what would be worse. My grandmother had reasons for doing what she did. Now, those reasons were completely insane. I'm curious as to what your reasons were for doing something so terrible.
Patrick's the first man I ever thought could be the one. I mean, I've had my fair share of attention, and, you know, I'm pretty comfortable with my sexuality, but sometimes I can be too assertive. And other times, I can be standoffish, and I guess that makes me a bitch, which a lot of people at work like to call me. It's funny, if I was a guy, they'd call me boss.
What is this about, some unequal treatment of the sexes?
Whatever the reason, I was always just a girl you called for a good time, quick fling, no strings attached. And the nice guys, the good, honest ones, they stopped showing up at my door by the time they turned 30. Other priorities, you know? Settling down, starting a family. Apparently, I wasn't marriage material.
Is that what you wanted?
I didn't think so. And then I got transferred to Port Charles, and I met Patrick, and he actually tried to get to know me. And I gushed to my mother about him, and she practically insisted that I pursue him. And I did. And I fell for him. Hard. I thought that this was my chance at a happy ending. The one I deserved like everyone else.
Did Patrick reciprocate your feelings, at least in the beginning?
No. I was just a fling. Like I was with every other guy. I was just something casual for Patrick to help get over his dead wife until he was ready to move on to something real. Basically, I was the relationship equivalent of training wheels.
I see. And that wasn't enough for you?
Well, Patrick dumped me. And I didn't want to lose him. And I mistakenly confided in my mother, and she insisted that not all was lost. And I was so stupid to go along with this whole scheme of having a baby to lure Patrick back. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew it wasn't right, but I did it anyway. I couldn't shake my feelings for him.
So the end was supposed to justify the means?
Didn't work, did it? Yeah, this baby did not make Patrick love me. Well, anyways, now you know the truth. Why I did what I did. I mean, I'm sure you don't understand it. I barely understand it myself.
Well, Britt, just because you didn't get what you want, it didn't give you the right to uproot Patrick's world, you know?
Look, you don't have to say anything else, okay? I can see it in your eyes. I'm just gonna get my things and I'll get out of your life.
It's just somebody else's problem now.
Could you call the launch? I'm all set. I just want to say thank you for getting me out of that tough situation at the police station and letting me stay here in your home. But most of all, I want to thank you for being my friend when no one else would, for giving me a chance. I'll never forget that, even if I blew it. Goodbye, Nikolas.
Britt, wait.
What?
What's your plan? Where are you headed?
I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. Kelly's rents out rooms. I'll probably
No. Look, I'm not throwing out a pregnant woman in the middle of the night. It's bad manners.
Seriously?
Look, I'm OCD when it comes to etiquette. Ask anyone who knows me.
So you're just being polite?
Putting you out under these circumstances, no matter what you've done, I'm just not that guy.
No, you're not. You're one of the nice ones.
You can stay here for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Family comes first.
I can't make you stay. Take us back to yesterday.